Alright, this is the review for your discrete math test. We're going to go through solving for x first. Now, it may look a little different on your review sheet in terms of the order of the problems, but every problem will be there. So in the first one here, we're going to add 11 to both sides. We get 36. We divide 4 on both sides. We get an answer of 9. For our second problem, we're going to add 17 to both sides, and we're going to get 35, and then we're going to divide 5 on both sides, and we're going to get 7. Now the second two problems, obviously a little more complicated. My first step is to distribute, and we only distribute the 4 to the 3x minus 2, the parenthesis it's outside of. So 12x minus 8 plus 6x equals 15x plus 4. I can't stress this enough. Make sure you are combining like terms first. So it becomes 18x minus 2 on the left side equals 15x plus 4 on the right side. Then I'm going to subtract 15x on both sides and get 3x. I'm going to add 2 on both sides and get 6. And my x equals 2. And for my last problem on this page, we're going to do, once again, distribute. 4 times 5x, 20x, plus 4, plus 3x, equals 16x minus 8 plus 5. We're going to combine like terms on both sides. 23x plus 4 equals 16x minus 3. I'm going to subtract 16x on both sides, and I'm going to be left with 7x. I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides, I'm going to be left with negative 7. And my x equals a negative 1. Okay, so what I did here is I put parentheses around each problem. And notice the first one I multiplied by the denominator. Okay, I'm a big fan of getting rid of the fraction. So if I multiply everything by the denominator, which is 3, 4 thirds becomes 4x. Plus 12 equals 48. I subtract 12 on both sides, now it becomes a basic algebra 1 problem. And my x equals 9. Okay. On the second one, even though there is a negative fraction there, we're multiplying through by 2. Alright, the negative stays with the numerator. So negative 7x minus 8 equals a negative 50. I add 8 to both sides, and I get negative 42. And then my x becomes x equals 6. Now, when there's two fractions, I need a number that gets rid of both fractions. So 5 and 2 both go into 10 evenly. So we're looking for the lowest common multiple. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. So it's 8x. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. And we set that equal to 40. 8x. We subtract 15 on both sides, becomes 25. And my x equals 25 over 8. Please leave it as a fraction. Do not change it to a decimal. Okay? And understand you're going to get fractional answers in these. So don't assume because you got a fraction you did it wrong. There's a good chance you did it right. Here, we're going to multiply everything by 12, which is the lowest number all 3 denominators go into. So when I multiply everything by 12 here, I get 12 divided by 6 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10x. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And 12 divided by 4 is 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. When I add 16 to both sides, I get 25. And I get x equals 25 divided by 10. And if you can reduce it, reduce it. My answer is going to be x equals 5 over 2. And these are the equations, or solving equations, you're going to see on your test. Now we're going to move on to the voting theory, the plurality, border count, runoff, and runoff elimination. Plurality is pretty simple. Right away, the answer here is P, 14. It has 14 votes, which is the most first place votes, so that is our winner. Now for border count, I'm going to write the numbers down. Now I'm not going to describe, I'm going to put them down first and then go over it with my audio. So be patient here. Okay, guys, so the next method is the border count. So I'm just going to go through H, but there's 12 first place votes for H, so 12 times 1. H has 8 second place votes, 8 times 2. H has 0 third place votes, so 0 times 3. H has 10 fourth place votes, so 10 times 4. And H has 27 fifth place votes, so 27 times 5. I'm multiplying those and adding them. I'm doing that for each candidate, and the lowest score wins. So in this case, Stake wins with a score of 149. Now for runoff method, I'm left with two options. I'm left with H, which is at 12 votes, and P, which is at 14 votes. Now, the first two columns, they stay. For the column in the middle, I eliminate everything but H and P. P goes above H. Unfortunately, I can't cross them out here, but P goes above H, so P gets those 13 votes. Here, the I goes away, so P is above H, so P gets those 10 first place votes. And here, H is above P, so H gets those 8 first place votes. So H has a score of 20, and P has a score of 37. So therefore, obviously, P would win with the score of 37. Now the runoff with elimination method, and let me just get this to the next page. Okay, the runoff with elimination method, we're going to go right here, and it's going to be H has 12. We're going to go P with 14. We're going to go S with 13. We're going to go I with 10. And we're going to go C with 8. So we eliminate one at a time. C goes away. Leave it out of there. And those 8 votes go to H. So now we reevaluate. I now has the fewest first place votes. When I goes away, those votes go to P. So we give them the P and we reevaluate. Now S goes away. S has only 13 votes, the fewest amount. And when S goes away, they go to I, but I's gone. So then they go to P. So plus 13 and we equal 37. So this is the same as runoff. My P is a winner with a score of 37. Now moving on to my second one. Okay, same type of problem. Only in this case, my winner is golf, or G, with 19 with plurality, the most first place votes. Alright, so with the board account on this one, I'm just going to go through H. 14 first place votes, 30 second place votes, 0 third place, 0 fourth place for H, but then obviously 29 fifth place votes. We multiply, we add, and we get our numbers, and once again our lowest number is the winner. In this case 180, so golf is the winner by plurality and board account. Okay. Now when I go to my runoff method, alright, we have G19, we take the top 2 first place vote getters, and we have F17. And we eliminate all the G's and F's, so you'd have to cross them out on your own. Okay, but here, if everything but G and F is eliminated, H goes away, the G gets those votes. So we get 14 more for G. In the middle here, the F would get the votes over G. So F would have 13 more votes. And then here, the F would get the votes over G as well. So it would have another 10 votes. So in this case, we have 43 total votes for F. We'd have 33 total votes for G. And in this case, our winner is F with a score of 43. Now, when I go to runoff with elimination, let me just multiply this down here, or move this down here a little bit. That bit. Runoff with elimination here, we have F with 17, H with 14, B with 13, S with 10, and G with 19. Here, the 10 goes away, and those 10 votes go to F. So we reevaluate. We get 27. Now the B goes away, and those votes go to H. So now, B goes away, we have 13, we have 27, so we have a tie for the top one. But now the G goes away, and those 19 votes go to B, which is gone. They would go to S, which is gone. So now they have to go to F. So I go to my F, I add 19 to that, and I get a score of 46. So runoff with elimination, I'm getting a winner, F, with a score of 46. And now my last type of problem is going to look like this. Alright, we're going to do board account and plurality kind of together. Alright, so I'm going to move my plurality up here. Board account can go here. Now, I'm going to do board account and plurality together. So I'm going to do math together with you, then I'll put them all up without typing it up, or without talking you through it. So with math, there's 2 first place votes. There's 1, 2, 3 second place votes. There are 1, 2, 3 third place votes. Fourth place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fourth place votes. And finally, there are 1 fifth place vote. If you want to check your work on that one, we have 2 and 3 is 5, 5 and 3 is 8, 8 and 5 is 13, 13 and 1 is 14, but there should be 15 votes there. So if that does happen, recheck what you did. And my mistake here was there's an extra 5th place vote. So there we go, we fix it. 2 and 3 is 5, and 3 is 8, and 5 is 13, and 13 and 2 is 15. That should happen for every single subject. Now I'm going to stop the video and put the rest of the subjects up. Alright, now so after putting all my board counts down, we know the plurality winner is going to be science with a score of 5. And my board account is going to be English with a score of 40. Now, as I do runoff and runoff with elimination, in this case I can use my work I did before. Science and history have the most first place votes. So science is at 5, and history is at 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the first place votes for math, English, and French and redistribute. So in math, this first place vote would either go to science or history. Science is 3, history is 5. So science gets the vote. Here, science is 3, history is 4. So science gets the vote. Now, for English, I have a first place vote right here. History is 2, science is 4, so history gets that vote. In this English, history is 2, science is 3, so it gets the vote. And down here, science is 3, history is 5, so science would get the vote. And then finally, my 1 first place French vote, history was 2, science is 4, so history gets it. So in this case, this score is 8, this score is 7, so science is my winner with a score of 8. With runoff with elimination, we take all the first place votes. Math, woo, not like that. Math. So I write down all my first place votes. French gets eliminated first. And that French first place vote goes to history, which puts the history at 5. So now math gets eliminated with 2 votes. Math votes go to French, which is gone. So then the next one is science. So math goes to science. And this one right here goes to my English. So English is at 4. And science is at 6. And now English is gone, so the English vote that math gave it goes to science. Science gets 1 extra vote, and then 2 votes from English. So science is our winner.